Hello and welcome to another update video about Bonk. Bonk could be an interesting one for next week or so, because on the Bonk chart we can identify a possible impulse to the upside that formed here from the fourth wave low on the 13th of April. So we have this as a low and then a 5-wave move up into the May highs. One of the few coins that actually managed to form an impulse. So that is definitely interesting. And now a pullback into the correction, which can be called technically complete. We have 5 waves down in this A wave of this wave 2, which the A wave bottomed in June, early in June. That was at 307,664. We have a 3-wave rally, which I call a B wave, and the C wave can be called complete. I have to say, however, that the C wave microstructure is really not clear. It's really not so clear, but the 100% extension of the initial A wave down was reached, which is the best evidence we have in terms of, okay, has the C wave done what it needs to do? And yeah, it has. It reached the first ideal target for a C wave. Now that of course doesn't mean that the low is in. We would need further confirmation for that, especially because the last rally here was only in 3 waves. I don't have a 5-wave rally from the low that formed yesterday. And therefore I'm naturally skeptical if the low is already in. However, I would say we have a decent 1-2 setup. I think the low is in. I think, is nearly in, yeah. But it's not in yet, so I can't confirm that yet to you, which means that trading this aggressively at this stage, I don't think it's wise. What might make sense is to add a little bit, maybe, accumulate a little bit. The next rally to the upside would be a 3rd wave rally, so would generate decent upside momentum if this is the correct interpretation. Where should a 3rd wave take us? I mean, we're looking for, I actually have it on the chart. We're looking for the price to reach at least 1169105, or in the wave 5, then actually 1925844. Okay, what would that mean in terms of return? It really depends on if we get further extensions or not. But for example, what is very reasonable for a 5th wave is to get at least to the 1.618 extension. That's a 700%, but more likely a little higher. So we talk possibly about a 10x. But it's of course, it's a nice and decent setup. It's a 1-2 setup. Bear in mind that also they can of course break, like altcoin setups like to break sometimes. Therefore, as I said, it's probably not wise to be very aggressive until we see a first, let's say, impulsive move up, or some kind of at least a break above the trend line, or another 1-2 setup from the low. Also bear in mind that if a decent rally starts from here, it could be a B wave rally. So we need to be very mindful of this resistance area, which is between 331,831 and 392,356. But any break above this resistance area will open the door for higher prices in a 3rd wave. So that's what I'm watching. I think this is one of the more interesting setups possibly for next week. I think a break above the trend line could be a trigger point. I'll keep you updated about Bonk. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.